All right, you got new attention on NATO in the 2016 election amid growing terror concerns. So where do the candidates stack up, and is that organization ready to fight terror? Fox News contributor, former White House Security Council staff member under President Bush and Obama, Gillian Turner, back again, finishing up a week-long series focusing on NATO. First stop, Gillian, Governor Kasich. How does he view it?
Governor Kasich views NATO as crucial to American military interests, not just in Europe, around the world. He really wants to have an expanded role for NATO with intelligence and with international policing.
So he's positive about it.
He's very positive. He wants to sort of reinvigorate the alliance and make it stronger than ever before. So he gets a positive
And this
today.
is considered one of the most successful alliances in the history of the modern world.
It is.
All right, here is Donald Trump. He created uproar when he talked to the New York Times and Washington Post about his view of this outdated alliance.
Exactly. His sentiment is right that NATO needs to be reformed. It needs to be reoriented towards fighting terrorism. But the idea that he proposes of shutting it down and then starting some other kind of partnership is disastrous.
However, he is right in saying NATO partners, only 5 have lived up to their obligation to spend 2% of their defense, their 2% of their GDP on defense. He's right about that.
He's right, but it's a short-sighted idea in the sense that we reap tremendous benefits for the financial investment that we make as a country into NATO. It gives us literally our military advantage around the world. And so for that reason, I was going to put Trump in neutral, but after his comments this week, he's got to go to negative. I don't see a way to responsibly say that he's a promoter of NATO, of the NATO alliance.
All right, let's take a look at Ted Cruz and his view on NATO. Has he been specific?
He has been, no, he's not been specific. He's supportive of the military alliance generally. The problem with him is that he advocates a ban on Muslim immigrants into the United States, which is very problematic by way of our EU partners. It's going to be very difficult to convince them to put more into NATO when we're not shouldering some of the burden of the refugee crisis.
Especially because Turkey's in NATO. And
for this reason, he's going in neutral because he's got some positives and some negatives.
All right, what about Hillary Clinton real quick? Hillary
Clinton has a really long-standing relationship with Western European leaders, which is really good. I think she would be very pro the idea, well, she has been publicly very pro the idea of expanding the partnership, strengthening it, and for that reason, I'm going to put her in the positive today.
Bernie Sanders, does he have a history with NATO?
Not particularly. He sort of would be a continuation of President Obama's policies when it comes to NATO. So if you're one of the many Americans who believes that the United States is on the retreat globally, this is going to be a continuation of that policy. For that reason, I'm putting Sanders in the negative today because I don't think that's the direction that our country wants to go in.
And of course, NATO there to stop the Russian aggression, and they are looking to reconstitute the Soviet Union in many respects.
Exactly right.
Gillian, great job.
Thanks,
There's your look.
Brian. Here it is.
And where the candidates stand.